I think we've got to look very much at what the king's portrait was intended to do originally and what the present portrait does. Because initially, the portrait was a painting rather than a photograph. And it was sent to all embassies, high commissions, to governors of colonies and places abroad. So if we go to the convent, you'll see that they have a portrait in oils, a large one, a copy of the Winter portrait of Queen Victoria. They've got the coronation portrait of Edward VII, who was the son of Queen Victoria, and of Queen Alexandra. Enormous portraits. They've got the portrait there of King George V and Queen Mary. And for King George VI, no portrait in oils was sent. That was the first photograph. Then for Queen Elizabeth II, you had photographs, but you also had a painting in oils. So you have this tradition of having a portrait of the monarch and sending it out so that everybody knows what the monarch looks like. Now, of course, with newspapers, with television, with social media, everybody knows what the monarch and his family look like, and they intrude in their lives an awful lot as well, to boot. But the original reason then for sending out these portraits no longer exists. But it's also very helpful to have a portrait of the monarch in a regal situation. And if we look at the portrait that's been done now, this photograph, it's a lovely photograph, and it shows the king in the uniform of an admiral of the fleet. So it shows the king as the commander-in-chief, which is a traditional role of the monarch. And so what it's doing is that this portrait is carrying an echo through the ages of something traditional, but giving it a modern twist. So it's a photograph, not an oil painting, not a large portrait.
So what is the protocol now? Does King Charles's portrait replace the Queen's, or does it hang alongside hers?
Oh, no, it replaces. Now, in places like the convent, where they have a gallery of different portraits, that it wouldn't replace. It would be the latest, but it would hold the position, the prime position, it'd be in pride of place. So it is the portrait of the monarch, as opposed to in a gallery where you've just got a whole range of different portraits. So for government offices, it would only be the portrait of King Charles that would hang there.